Kari, did you stop it? We're gonna have 2 recordings now. This one is not going smoothly. Are we doing okay today?
I don't know.
It doesn't feel like
in
it's
the
going
twilight
smooth.
zone.
Too much drinking last night. Okay. All right, so we're gonna add it, create envelope with that document. I think I actually hit the envelope tab there. And just gonna send it to myself. Okay, so that way I don't send it to a client. Obviously, you always give your envelope a name. So agency agreements. We'll just put test. Okay. Remember when we're doing forms, I just go over this every time, but when we're doing forms, if we wanted to add all of the initial boxes automatically, we do pre-tag roles when we're adding people. Okay. And then we click buyer 1 because it's an agency agreement. And obviously we would include Brad here on the first run.
Right.
I do it, it's easier. Then you can set it and forget it. The Ronco way. And I'm just gonna choose myself. So that way I get it. Add selected. And then obviously we fill out the email subjects, agency agreements. Test. Yeah, we keep it simple here with the message. Please review and sign. I was spelling that wrong so you can see that it does do spell check. And we hit next. I'm incapable of not inserting just horrible jokes, so I apologize. Yeah, it's not, I can't. And as you can see, because we did pre-tag roles, it's gonna put initial box everywhere it should for me, the buyer, because I chose buyer 1, it's a buyer agreement. If it's a listing agreement, choose seller 1, okay? And it'll put the seller spots where it should. All right, so I'm just gonna say, all this looks good, I'm gonna send it to myself. Okay? Like you would normally do. You checked it over, you think it's perfectly fine. But it's not. Right? They want to change something. Okay. So what you would do in that case, if they want to change something in that document, what you have to do is you go back to it. So you click on the envelope and it's going to show you this screen. Okay. So we need to correct something. Since it's me, it allows me to sign it in person. I'm not going to do that. So what I want to do is I want to hit correct, and then it's going to pull up the first phase of starting an envelope. Okay. So you can't necessarily go right into signing fields and change any of these text boxes, right? Because if I do that, it's going to let me do is cross something out and replace it with something. And then I'm going to have to put initial boxes,
Right.
which isn't the cleanest way to start a document, right? That's all I can do is I can add text boxes, which is fine. If I forgot to add like the mailing address, I can go in here and put text boxes. And I don't know if you know this, but a text box from when it's colored like that, you can't scoop right over that one. That means it is assigned to somebody. Okay. So you may not necessarily want to do that if you just want to add in verbiage, right? Or add in something. You want to click the pre-fill tools and use one of these text boxes. That's like a general text box that no one is responsible for. So that's just you adding text.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. And that goes for any of these items, like a checkbox. Like you just want to add a checkbox where you missed one, use these gray ones. So that way it's not the responsibility of the person you're sending it to, because it's going to force them to make an option there, which you may not want them to do. So on this little pencil down here, these little gray options. So if I miss the address, I can go ahead and put a text box, extend it, and then, write an address here. Obviously that would be an address, not the word address. Okay. But this is, this is only if I forgot to add something to a line. But let's say that I shouldn't have checked that no box, or it can't be 30 days. They want it to be the expiration 0 days, like forget it. If I find something and after we're done, like we're done, I'm not going to give you that 30 days. Like, okay, that's fine. Let me go in there and make that 0 for you. Okay. I know I'm kind of beating a dead horse here, but so what we actually have to do here is we have to remove this document from the envelope. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm going to remove it from the envelope. So save this, not save. Okay.
So the underlying rule is you can't remove a document from an envelope.
You can.
Okay.
Now this changes if someone has already signed something.
Right.
If one person has signed it and the second person catches it, then you gotta, you know,
Yeah.
then that's a problem.
Right.
You gotta start over at that point. Can't be saved. Hopefully the first person. So what we have to do here, so I took that document out of the envelope, okay? I'm gonna go back to documents and I'm gonna make the change. Okay. So let's just say, you know, what was it? What was our example of 30 days, right? I was getting rid of that. I was changing that. Yeah, they want to make that 0 days. So I made that 0 days. I'm going to save and close. I'm going to go back to envelope. So you see this, it's kind of a lot of clicks to get it done. So it's not necessarily straightforward. I'm going to go back to that envelope, open it up, and now see there's no document because we took it out. I'm going to click on room docs and I'm going to add it back in there. Exclusive right to represent. Should be the one, right? Also middle. Yeah. Please be the form. Beautiful. Let me just view it. See if that change took. Should say 0 now. See how it says 0 instead of that 30 days, right? So that's good. And then we're going to hit send again. No, and I don't want to edit any of their fields. We're good. They just wanted me to change that from 30 to 0. Okay, so just to sum up kind of what we did there is I opened up the envelope that they wanted to change. Okay, so it showed all the documents that were in that envelope. They want to change the actual words in there. You pull that document out, you go back to the documents tab, you update that form, change what they want, what you agree on changing, not just because they want it.
Right.
Right. And then you just attach it back to the same envelope and then send it. And now they have a corrected version of that document.
Right.
Does that make sense to everybody? It's something that comes up a lot. You're going to be making a lot of changes. I mean, people see these, you know, legal documents and they obviously are, they read them closely sometimes. I don't know why.
Something that we need to
If they just trust us,
Yes,
I'm just
yeah.
kidding. So that's what I have found is the best way to make a change. It's not necessarily straightforward, so it's just something I wanted to go over and show you guys. I'm gonna actually delete this, I think, because I don't necessarily want it on this envelope. On this, I should have did like on the test one. This is like a real client. Cool. So, but there's also a couple of new items in here also that I want to show you. They did it with some of the date boxes. I think they just need to update the all the spots where there's dates, but I don't know if you guys noticed, but when you click on dates now, oh, no, maybe it was on the, it pulled up for me, it started pulling up a calendar. So you can click on dates. I know it's small, but
Yeah.
it's a new thing.
That's nice.
It's not every date box for whatever reason. Yeah, so look, whenever it says optional date, offer date. So look, so this was something that people complained about, that they had to write the date in, you know. And now we have the option to go through and select a date from the calendar, which is, I don't know, it's easier, right? Just click on a thing, so it's easier. That's fun. I wonder if you can delete these now. You still can't. You still can't. No. I still don't let you do that. What?
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
I go
Yes,
on our YouTube channel. There's also another video.
Was there a question in there, Marcia?
Marcia, your audio is in and out. Do you want to put something in the chat box? Very bottom.
Middle of the screen, very bottom. Very lower. Or maybe it's in
Maybe
place
it's
on the
just- I
screen.
know it was like deleted it though.
It's on the screen. I don't know why it's.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's because it's on that one. Oh, I can look on that chat. So that's fine. Okay, let's see what the question is. It's my laptop, I believe, had an issue. Okay, is there another video? Yeah, there's tons. There's at least two. Or maybe we update them, but there's a one that goes all the way through this. But those are just some of the couple of I wanted to go over how to change stuff because I thought that was just really important. The other thing I want to go over is,
Can you walk through add when you make it, excuse me, make a change to a document and then you have to add the cross for the initials?
yeah, I don't know how to add a cross. I don't know if we can
Okay.
yet.
Okay,
We can't add a cross.
question answered.
Yeah, you just have to put the initials there, assuming, just put them in like the position of a cross,
Yeah.
you know? It's, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe you can put lines. Like maybe I just make the lines into a cross. Let me try that. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, so Peter was asking how to put a cross for signature boxes. So let's just see if those editing tools, so we'd go to edit signing fields.
Your your display is not synced to your discussion.
What is happening? It was before though, right?
Yeah, and then you went to access the chat box.
Okay. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's been so difficult today, but. So I hid the controls and now I don't know how to bring them back. I don't know how to reshare that. Because Marcia can't see it either, I don't think. Oh, you know what? I think it's just because this chat box is up. There, you see that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, sorry. So the chat box was messing with it. Okay, Marcia, if you go to YouTube, go to youtube.com, right? And then you search literally for our brokerage, full name, Keller Williams Realty Dulles. You will find the nice little picture of our office right here. That's the one you want to subscribe to. All right, so you would click on it. And then if you just go to click on videos. And if you want to search for videos, hit the little you want to hit this search bar, not this one up here. It's going to search all YouTube again. If you hit this search, DocuSign, you'll find all of, wow. Wow, look how many there are. 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. That's designs, answers, KW, signature line. Yeah, tons of DocuSign stuff. Okay. I wanted to see about adding, do they let you do vertical lines? Oh, they do. Oh, okay, so you just do that.
So you draw your own cross.
And then we'll do one of those. There we go. And then what you do is if you need to do multiple, you just like click and drag and then Control C, Control V. And then you got two.
Mhm.
Oh gosh. Oh god. We're playing tic-tac-toe now. Listen to that.
Beginning to look like a hill near a church.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Okay, so then we have that. So then you could here, and then we can add our little initial boxes. And obviously you can change the size of the initial boxes so they fit better. There you go.
Very nice.
Neat. Probably want to make that not red though. You can pick the color. Black. Black. There we go. Cross. Asked and answered.
Thank you very much.
There we go. What else? Is there anything else that tips or tricks that anyone needs or has issues with when they're using it? I don't know, that'd be really helpful to show like how to correct
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, just the biggest issue is multiple corrections
Yeah.
as you're working through the contract.
It's tough once people start signing because
Yeah.
once people start signing, then it becomes like a, I'm not gonna say like an ethical thing, but it's like you can't change something once it's already been like agreed upon. And once someone signs something, a contract that you send them and they sign it, then it's like, okay, well, now it's a binding thing. So now we have to cross it out and put initial boxes because they're initialing a signature, unless you want to scrap the whole thing and start over again.
Which Brad explicitly advised against, because then you're kind of giving them an opportunity to get out of the contract.
Right, because then you have no track record of what happened.
Right.
But if this is like, you're sending something, they said, oh, I don't want to sign this yet because I want this to say this, then this is where we're going to use the correction method that I showed.
Right.
Right. So I just really, because we've done a full DocuSign class and you can go back and watch how to add a contract and do all that stuff. But when you're in the thick of it and you need to make corrections, I wanted there to be a clearer video out there how to do that. So awesome. Unless you can think of anything, Marcia, you want to add to the chat box, if you had any other questions. That was kind of what I wanted to focus on today. No. Cool. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's what I got. We're doing a training next week on referrals. It's going to be how to use the KW referrals app. We haven't done one in a while, and there's been a couple updates to it. So I wanted to push something like that out in case you guys are having clients that are, maybe close to the area that you just want to send out, you don't want to work with. Not worth it to go maybe all the way out to Burke or
Winchester or whatever.
Winchester or West Virginia, Maryland, DC. You want to find a good agent. We're going to show you how to do that in the KW network. So stay tuned next week, 10 o'clock still. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your week.